I always find something new.
And I've been doing this. Oh my God.
Good afternoon. It's a pleasure to be here with you today. Go ahead and get situated. Isn't that how it works on Sundays too? Everybody comes in, you chatter, and then essentially, good morning. It just kind of stops. Well, I've had a morning. I came in on one wheel, dealing the business of the state. So I want to welcome you to Motlow State Community College. I've now got my bearings. Welcome to another Motlow State great production that you'll see today. Yeah, absolutely. So I've been doing this long enough that I have a script, and I'm supposed to stick to my script, and I will stick to most of my script, but I'll start with not stick to the script. Today we're here to celebrate the naming of a space for a person that had a seismic impact on the community, on the state, and by proxy, impact at the national and federal level, Jerry Cooper. So to the Cooper family that was able to make it today, I thank you for being here. Sally, thanks for putting up with me on a day-to-day basis. And please tell your husband that I appreciate that you let us borrow you for 37.5 hours plus per week. Okay? Glad that everyone else was able to make it today. I'm going to get through some remarks so you can understand and run a show. I know that it's warm, so gentlemen, if you're going to give a few words up on the stage, please feel free. You're at home. Take off your jacket if you feel so inclined. If you're in the audience and you feel overheated, please find some water. Take your jacket off. So that's the housekeeping part of this. So let's get started, y'all. Good morning, McMinnville, Warren County, and Motlow State communities. Well, good afternoon, actually. To borrow a phrase from Archie Bunker, how sweet it is an understatement of our gathering and purpose today. This day, the 2nd of May, in the year of our Lord 2025, is the day that celebrates the life works of Jerry Wayne Cooper, our friend, state senator, Motlow College trustee, father, brother, and colleague, as well as a leader and community icon, as we permanently affix his name to the original Motlow State building in McMinnville, Tennessee, his hometown. Opening in August of 1988, this building has been affectionately known as the McMinnville Center. 37 years after opening, Motlow State and a plethora of friends are gathered to bestow upon Jerry Wayne Cooper, posthumously, the highest honor a person can receive within the Tennessee Board of Regents. The college system of Tennessee, the naming of a building in his honor. So now I'm going to turn your attention to the screens. If you have on sunglasses, you may want to try to adjust them. We're going to run approximately a 3-minute and 45-second video for you to look at. Thank you. I should never go away, but because you have to try. He's smiling, he's shining, Who didn't he know? And Frank, after we get finished here today, since you keep telling me that everybody at Motlow, you hired him, did you hire him too? Okay. All right. Thank you to the team that put that production together. I appreciate that. Can you make sure I have access to that later? The time is appropriate that we honor the man who worked tirelessly for us all in McMinnville, Warren County, Motlow State, the Upper Cumberland, and every other person who lived in the 14th Senatorial District. His mission was simply to improve the quality of life for everyone. Yet the work was often daunting. As we honor the life and contributions of Senator Jerry Wayne Cooper, we acknowledge his love, commitment, and wisdom. And the most fun trait that he had for me was his craftiness, business acumen, and he was pretty funny too. His wit, and most of all, his ability to dream and bring to reality what some called the impossible dream. A community college presence in the local community, in his hometown. At the Senator groundbreaking ceremony on August 20th, 1987, Senator Cooper said, "This is the big plum for Warren County. The big plum has been a respite for hundreds of thousands since opening in 1988. The big plum has changed the trajectory of life for many who thought a big college education was not even in their reach. The big plum has opened a whole new world for students. It's elevated industries. It prepared a first-class workforce, and it bolstered economic wealth and development." You're welcome, Wendy. Y'all can laugh. This is how we do it. It is an invaluable asset for our community, Motlow State Community College. He did this. Other than bolstering wealth and community and economic development, it has leveled the playing field for our students in our community to have a place to learn, get trained, and grow without having to leave Warren County. The rewards and effects of the Big Plum cannot be celebrated without celebrating the person who had the vision for the Big Plum. And this is our purpose today, to celebrate the visionary of the Big Plum, none other than Senator Jerry Wayne Cooper, in the building dedication ceremony. Terry, I would like some t-shirts made called the Big Plum, and I think that everybody would donate in support of our students. So Mark, there's the plug for the foundation. Okay. At this time, I would like to introduce the Cooper family and special guests. As I call your name, please stand and remain standing. Please stand and remain standing. For those of you who don't like doing that, please stand and remain standing until everyone has been recognized. Please hold your applause until everyone has been recognized. So with us today, Senator Cooper's family, Ms. Sally Cooper Pack and her husband Mike and daughters. I'm just going to go through it really fast. Okay. Ms. Faith McGee and husband Chase, and sons Ty and Owen, and daughter Bree. Also with us are Mrs. Pat Cooper Rogers, sister to the senator, and husband Jay Stanley, former regent, but regent in my mind in perpetuity. Continuing members of the family, Sane, nice boots, Carter. Stan Rogers, and Melinda Cooper. Did I miss you? Yeah, tell me your name. Abram and Abram. Don't sit. Please. Among special guests are former Motlow State President and Regent, Dr. Mary Apple. Motlow President Emeritus, Dr. Frank Glass, who you will hear from later. Representative Mike Sparks, Tennessee General Assembly. Representative Paul Sherrill, who always shows up for us, Tennessee General Assembly. Representative Rush Bricken, Tennessee General Assembly. Mr. Kurt Wade, Chair of the Motlow College Foundation. Mr. Ivan Jones, First Director of the McMinnville Center. And although the next group of people who I'll introduce are not special guests, they are extra special folks to us. This is the committee who came together to bring this day to fruition. Naming of the building is an extensive process and requires a lot of work. Without blinking, these folks accepted the charge, did the work, with the recommendation forward to the Tennessee Board of Regents, and the rest is now going to become history. The committee members are Mr. Rodney Boyd, Ms. Monica Burgess, Mr. Greg Garrison, Dr. Frank Glass. Frank, you're already standing. You don't get to stand twice. Mr. Michael Griffith, Ms. Fran Markham, Mr. Gary Morgan, Mr. Jim Payne, Mr. Gary Prater, Mrs. Shaylee Womack, student rep, SGA Senator, McMinnville campus, and last but not least, Mr. Larry Flatt and Ms. Brenda Cannon, co-chairs of the building naming committee. Would you all please give them a round of applause? Absolutely. Okay. Anita and Clint, y'all have to stand up because Sally said so. And if I missed you, I got an extra 20 in my pockets and do something fun this weekend. Yeah. And it's my money. It's not state money. I earned it. I got paid a couple of days ago. But thank you all, especially for those who understand deeply what this meant then, what it's done for this community now, and for the folks who are coming after us, how it's going to impact them going forward. Celebrations of this magnitude are possible through collaborative partnerships. We acknowledge the presence of current and former students who have come today, thanks to our business chamber and education industrial development boards, industry partners, as well as Motlow College trustees, and faculty and staff and students for being with us today. Now, please join me in honoring the Cooper family, special guests, and committee members again with a round of applause. As we move through the program, and I stand between you and lunch and fellowship and laughter, okay, you will get a small glimpse of Senator Jerry Wayne Cooper. You will agree, by the end of this, if you didn't know about it, Big Plum has exceeded the senator's vision, and that this dedication ceremony represents everything Senator Cooper stood and worked for, the people for whom he served, this community. Today's speakers knew Jerry in and out. I got to know him in and halfway out, meaning that I was invited to the front porch. And if you know about that, you know about that. If you don't ask about that. They walked alongside him as a personal friend to the politician, to the Motlow State advocate and trustee, to and once student but now thriving employee who knows the value of the Big Plum. A special tribute to celebrate the dedication comes from the U.S. Congressman Steve Cohen, an endeared friend of Senator Cooper. At this time, if you will allow me the pleasure, I'd like to read his heartfelt gratitude honoring Jerry in the celebration of today. Dear friends of Jerry, we all share Jerry Cooper as a friend, and weren't we lucky to have him as a friend. There was none better. He was wise and loyal. These are great qualities in a friend. He was somebody you could share thoughts with and ask for advice, and know that you get the best counsel. Jerry was a hard worker in pursuing help for others and making his life a life of service for his constituents, his state, and Motlow State, the higher education institution that he valued. Together, he was always pulling for Motlow State to get state funding. And when Jerry was no longer an elected official, but a senior statesman, and I was here in Congress, he was still looking out for Motlow State. The last time I saw Jerry and Lisa was here in DC. They came on a mission to help Motlow State. I still didn't get the helicopter, but that was on the menu for Motlow State. As I reflect on Jerry's life, there's nothing more appropriate than a building here at the college he loved to be named for him and his everlasting love for Motlow State. To any and all of you who had something to do with the historic decision, I commend and thank you. The story of Jerry Cooper as a dedicated and outstanding state senator for Warren County needs to be remembered and inspire others to pursue public service for the benefit of this college, this country, and this state. God bless the memory of Jerry Cooper and Lisa Cooper and their love for this area and for all the people that Motlow State serves. Respectfully, U.S. Congressman Steve Cohen. I think that's really awesome. The time that I get to spend with those that we elect to serve us in office. Jerry was, as my grandfather would say, top shelf, no dust. That's a very dated example of that. He was exceptional. The speakers that will follow today are in this order, and they're printed on the information in front of you. Beginning with the senator's best friend and my pal, Mr. Gary Morgan, followed by Mayor Ryle Chastain, Mayor Terry Bell, Mr. Charlie Curtis, Senator Janice Bowling, Dr. Frank Glass, Mrs. Fran Markham, and Ms. Monica Burgess. I will return for a little bit of comedic lines, as well as to move us to the next station and then back over here for lunch afterwards. If you would, please join me in welcoming our friend to the stage. Come on, buddy.
I like the way you said his best friend. Y'all can never know how many times when Jerry Cooper was in the hospital and the nursing home, and he introduced me to everybody that was his best friend. They're probably saying, that boy ain't got much sense. But he was my best friend, and he pulled some things on me that weren't really best friend like, but you just kind of really went on to bury it. So, but anyway, one thing I'm sure he's doing right now is saying, Gary, don't mess this thing up. But that's what you do here, Jerry. I do have one question I got to ask. Those pictures over there, was that some of that 81 stuff? I think Jerry looked at him. That's the problem there. But if somebody check that out, Brenda, where's those pictures come from? Hey, this next statement I was making, I'm the only one here that break down like it did. But when our good senator from Tullahoma showed up a few years ago, she came up there and looked right at me. She said, Gary, are you trying to be Donald J. Trump? No. Anybody but Donald J. You know, right after Jerry first got elected, I mean, he was committed to finding out what was the best thing that he could do as state senator for Warren County and all of it. And so he made a few trips to Nashville. He got his head in the door. When he come back out on the way home that night, he said, this is what we got to do, Gary. We got to build some roads. We got to get roads all over this district. And we got to expand Motlow. We get higher education. If we want to bring companies to town, we got to have a trained workforce. If we want Motlow to continue to grow, we got to continue to grow Motlow. And that has been everything he's dreamed about since then. I remember one time when Gary, he was so into building roads. The joke around Nashville was it was raining asphalt. If Jerry Cooper showed up, asphalt showed up. Because if you'll stop and look, we talked about this once before. You know, Ned Ray had a policy he tried to push. He wanted to get us to, the county seat of every county. He wanted a 4-lane road from that county seat to the closest interstate. And that's something he pushed, and never gave up on. And so when you stop and think about that, he did a pretty good job, because if we stand right here and look down there towards Manchester, there'll be a little 4-lane road that runs right down to Manchester, which is a 4-lane road. And if you head down towards Woodbury and Murfreesboro, it's a 4-lane road till you get all the way down to the John Bragg Highway. So it's there. And if we go towards Sparta, Jim Payne country, and it goes all the way there, all the way from here to Cookville. And so, Jerry Cooper, you did good on your roads. Ned and Ray would have been proud of you. Well, one thing, Dr. Torrance, he kind of messed up on a little bit. The big plum is here in the building. That's Jim Payne. For y'all folks that know Jim Payne, that's the big plum. We don't need T-shirts with his picture on them. One other point here, I'm going to impress upon you all that most of this from other people, but Jerry Cooper was responsible for up to $18 million in funding to fund housing or programs at Motlow College. That's $18 million, and he was right on top of it. And to give you some idea about that, to expand, we had mechatronics. Larry, thank you so much. It took Jerry forever to learn how to spell that, much less say it, but mechatronics. Dr. Apple had to do that too. She went to Germany or somewhere and came back and was plotting about mechatronics. But we got robotics. We got our own robotics building out here. And if you'd like to go by and see them, Larry, I'll give you a little tour through. And we got one new thing headed our way soon, the electric vehicles, the EVs. Have y'all heard about those? I think they're going to be Fords. They're coming this way, electric vehicles. My goodness. So. But Jerry Cooper believed in promoting McMinnville, Warren County, and all the surrounding areas. No other elected official, I don't think, ever just dug it in like he did. I mean, he would jump in a car and drive to Nashville. And he didn't give an hour if he thought he was going to pull something off. That's just the way he did. So tonight, let's all have a silent moment for Jerry Cooper and all the great things that we see around here today too. Jerry Cooper was one responsible. So Big Plum, you're in charge. Dr. George, come back up here.
I'm supposed to make sure.
Double thought.
So I came back up because you're supposed to listen when you're told. Right? And they still are guiding me, and I'm thankful for it. But as I said, the names in your program, this is the way the speakers are going to come up. Okay? So the next person on the list is the Honorable Ryle Chastain.
So good morning, friends, neighbors, students, faculty, and distinguished guests of the event. It is a true privilege to stand before you today as we gather to dedicate this campus in honor of a man who exemplified public service, community commitment, and visionary leadership, Senator Jerry Cooper. Today, we formally name this institution the Senator Jerry W. Cooper Center, a lasting tribute to a man whose work has impacted the life of thousands across our region and state. This is more than just a name on a sign. It is the reflection of the values, integrity, and progress that Senator Cooper championed throughout his life. Jerry served in the Tennessee State Senate for over 2 decades, representing the 14th District with honor, tenacity, and an uncommon dedication. He was not a man drawn to politics for prestige or applause. He served because he believed deeply in the power of government to make people's lives better, and he proved that belief time and time again through meaningful and lasting achievements. As chairman of the Senate Commerce, Labor, and Agricultural Committee, Senator Cooper became one of the most knowledgeable and influential voices on economic development through the entire state. He played a key role in crafting legislation that supported job creation, strengthened Tennessee's small businesses, and encouraged responsible growth in both rural and urban communities. Jerry was a tireless advocate for education, understanding that a strong economy cannot exist without strong minds to power it. Senator Cooper supported initiatives that expanded access to higher education, improved funding for public schools, and helped build the Tennessee Promise, a legacy that continues to open doors for students right here on this campus. He also has daughters involved in education, one of which I was privileged to attend school with from preschool through high school graduation. But beyond the legislation, beyond the titles, Jerry was a man of the people. He never forgot his roots here in McMinnville and Warren County, and he walked the same roads that we walk. He understood the concerns of working families, farmers, teachers, and small business owners, because he was one of them. And when he stood in Nashville, he spoke for us. The very grounds we stand on today represent something he believed in deeply, and that's opportunity. This campus is a place where students, whether newly out of high school, returning to education mid-career, or pursuing lifelong learning, can grow, learn, and shape their futures. How fitting it is that this place now bears the name of a man who spent his life creating opportunities for other people. Let this building serve as a daily reminder of what public service can achieve when guided by compassion, principle, and purpose. Let every student who walks these halls know they are part of something bigger, and their success honors a legacy of hard work, leadership, and a belief in this community. Jerry may no longer be with us in body, but his spirit and his influence live on in our laws, our local economies, and right here now on this Motlow campus. To his family, we offer our deepest thanks for sharing him with us all those years. To the students, staff, and this college, may his name inspire you to aim high and serve others. To the people of this community, may we continue to build upon the foundation he laid for us. Thank you. And may the legacy of Senator Jerry W. Cooper continue to shine brightly on the lives he changed. Terry Bell to the stage.
It's an honor on behalf of Warren County here to speak to you today. We are very fortunate to have had Jerry Cooper as a senator for Warren County. The things he accomplished as a legislature have impacted everyone's lives in our county, whether you realize it or not. Many of you at this dedication have traveled here on the 4-lane highway from Woodbury to Mount Mingle. If it were not for Senator Cooper's efforts and dedication, this would have never happened for our community. We're very grateful. This is why the Howard Way carries his name. This is just one of the many accomplishments. The reason we are here today is another one of those great accomplishments. His vision and commitment will ensure all Warren County residents have the opportunity for higher education right here in our community. By securing the funding for Motlow McMinnville campus, he left a lasting legacy on our county he loves so much. He also secured funding for the mechatronics program, which has made Warren County the leader in the state and the country in this educational pathway. It was fortunate that he saw the need for this program and always dedicated to helping make education available to everyone. I would like to congratulate his family and honor his legacy by being part of this dedication to naming the building after him in Warren County. We're extremely blessed to have had him in our community. In honor of Senator Jerry Cooper, would you please give his name and legacy a big round of applause?
I want to start out by saying it's certainly an honor to be standing before you today to honor one of my dearest friends. I'm very thankful for the opportunity to serve in the legislature. One of the highlights of being able to serve in the legislature for 10 terms was I got to serve with Jerry. He was a blessing to me. He was chairman of Commerce and Agriculture, and after a few years, I ended up as chairman of House Commerce. And he was even more valuable when I got in that position. We carried a lot of legislation together. I didn't even have this down in my remarks today, but I'd be remiss if I didn't say it. But one of the reasons Tennessee is so successful in recruiting jobs right now is the fact that we don't have an income tax. When we were in the middle of that battle, Senator Cooper and I carried the bill that killed the income tax. Everybody's opinion, he and I were the only two could carry it. The greatest gift Jerry had, he could make enemies come together and vote together, get what needed to be done. He could make Republicans and Democrats partner up and pass legislation. And I sort of got that gift from him. I could do it on the House side. But he was coaching me the whole time. But I stood over 4 hours in the well with that bill. And when I left, Tom Humphrey, which is one of the main reporters down there at that time, stuck a microphone in my face and said, "What do you think about carrying the largest tax increase in the history of the state of Tennessee?" I looked him right in the eye and I said, "Cooper told me it was only a penny." That's the God's truth. That's exactly what he told me. He said, "Don't worry about it, Charlie. It's just a penny." But his main focus, Gary hit the nail on the head a while ago, was transportation and education, higher education. Years ago, he talked me into going on a trip with him and other legislators to Wisconsin to see how their university system worked across the state and how important it was to industry. He wanted me to see what he already knew. He understood the importance of these satellite colleges spread out across the state because it gave traditional and non-traditional students the ability to get an education. It's really important when we're trying to recruit industry into an area that you've got an educated workforce and you've got a trainable workforce. Without the latter, you're not going to recruit any significant jobs. Wrapping this thing up, I want to thank Dr. Torrance, and I want special thanks to those of you that served on a committee that caused this day to come to pass. God bless each and every one of you. Thank you for what you've done.
Good morning. It is so good to be here, and it's so good to be here to talk about Jerry. So I'm not going to talk about all the accomplishments he had. I'm going to talk about the friend he was. And I suspect everybody in this room has had a story to tell about their friendship with Jerry. And I got to know him in 3 different ways. I was alderman in Tullahoma for 15 years, and Jerry was our state senator till he got tired of us, and then Tommy Burks became our state senator. And Jerry had a way of doing whatever he needed to do whenever he needed to do it. So at that time, he thought it'd be best just to give us way and let Tommy come in. And I was grateful for the opportunity to get to know Tommy. But Jerry was always there with a word of knowledge. And I was just an alderman in one of his little towns that he didn't have to tell me the things he did, but he shared, he answered questions, he gave insight. He enjoyed making good things happen. And so then I got to know him also when I was district director in a congressional office, because that's when Jerry had given away Coffee County, and he went all the way out to Giles County. So along that southern tier of counties, they were part of the congressional district that I was working in. It was a blessing to get to know that I could say, Jerry, this is something that needs to be done at the state level. Can you help me get this done? He would say, yep, I can do that, and this is how we can do it. Or he would say, no, I don't think we can do that. And he told me the truth, though. He was always there to let me know, yes, let's pursue that, or we better do this a whole end around way. We can't really do that head on. But always looking at a way to get something accomplished, but recognizing the differences with the distinctions. But one thing you really know about Jerry Cooper was his love for Warren County and McMinnville. So everyone in here that knew him as a friend, as a neighbor, as a father, those have great memories because he loved this place. He was himself here. Now, I was there when they dedicated the road, and I do remember one thing he said was, I thought they didn't start naming things after you till you're gone. He said, what do y'all know that I don't know? And so when we named the road for him. But Jerry, the last time I really had a visit with him, he was at the life care facility, and I had taken a box of blue books because if you know Jerry, from the time I became a senator, I gave him boxes of blue books because he always had people that wanted the most current blue books for the state of Tennessee. So I went by there and I had a box that I had someone help me take in, and he had on his best pair of pajamas and he had his hair combed, and we had the best visit. And when we were talking and when he was telling who he was going to give the blue books to, and he knew so-and-so would need this, so-and-so would like that, then I said, Jerry, do you think you're going to need more than one box of blue books? Well, yeah, if you could get another box, I'd appreciate it. And I said, they're in the car. I suspected that you would want 2 boxes. So I had someone go out, we got the box, and he gave those away too. So Jerry, as we all know, he loved Tennessee, but he really loved Warren County, and he really loved the people. And his life was spent in doing those things that brought about a benefit to the people he loved. We're all blessed to have known him. I think we're all blessed to have called him friend. And I know that his biggest blessing in life was the fact that he had so many friends. Thank you for allowing me to share this really important time that we named this building after Jerry. I can't think of anything better that could be done and to remember him with all the young people that now will know that the man that called Warren County friend did everything he did in his power to make their life better. Thank you.
Don't get nervous. This is triple faced. It's not much. I didn't know his middle name was Wayne until a couple of days ago. I thought his middle name was Sir. I was studying Senator Sir. So I've learned something through this process. Dr. Torres, thank you for letting me be a part of this. I think it's a significant ceremony in history of Motlow. Thank each one of you for being here, but especially the family. I know this thing. Special meeting for all of you. I'm honored to reflect on Jerry's impact as a state senator his profound influence on Motlow. His contributions as a senator for the 14th District will resonate for years to come. Jerry was deeply committed to representing the people in his district and worked tirelessly as a true public service. It brought me a lot of joy during legislative sessions to see him on the floor with a Motlow golf shirt on. His influence on Motlow has been transformative. His efforts have left an undeniable remark, extending well beyond Warren County to benefit the entire service area. He played a pivotal role in establishing a center here in Warren County, from championing initiatives like the expansion of the original building, paving the parking lot, and he really helped in fundraising efforts. The Marketing Technology Building on the Moore County campus, as well as the Clayton Glass Library on the Moore County campus, stands as a testament to his support. And there's a conference room named in his honor in the Markham Center. Also, he was key, as you know, bringing the Sunwood Center to life in the Federal Center. Jerry's name and legacy will live in perpetuity, honoring his remarkable work in service to Motlow, the service area, and the state of Tennessee. He was not only a true friend of Motlow, but also a cherished friend of mine. Thank you for joining me in celebrating his life and legacy. Thank you.
Good morning. On behalf of the Motlow College Foundation trustees, it's an honor and a privilege to speak to you about your friend and my friend, Jerry Wayne Cooper. The foundation trustees exist to serve the needs and the priorities at Motlow College. The board is comprised of volunteer leaders from the college 11 county service area who have a passion for student success, economic development, economic prosperity, and workforce development. Jerry Cooper embodied all of these values, not just in word, but in unwavering action. He lived a life devoted to purpose, and he never stopped moving toward progress. In addition to his service as a state senator for 24 years, Jerry was a loyal friend to Motlow for more than 30 years, serving on the foundation for 25 of those years, and as a member of the executive committee. I had the personal privilege of working alongside him, and I can tell you that his energy is infectious. His commitment was unwavering, and his wit charming. He brought joy to every room. He always came in ready to roll up his sleeves and do the hard work. You have heard many of his accomplishments repeated here today. Jerry was a servant leader throughout his many careers and lifetime. He loved his country, his state, his work, and Motlow College. He gave tirelessly to Tennessee residents and made an indelible impact across the entire Motlow service area. Above all, he loved his family. He is remembered as a devoted father, husband, grandfather, brother, and friend. There was never a time that I met with him that he would not fail to mention something about his family, especially his girls. Alyssa, Sally, Faith, and families, our hearts are with you today. He will be long remembered for his love, loyalty, and impact to Motlow. He was an inspiration for us all. As we dedicate this building today in Jerry's honor, I'd like to leave you with a quote from Winston Churchill that I think fits Jerry's philosophy of life. We make a living by what we get. We make a life by what we give. Winston Churchill. Jerry Cooper will be remembered not only for what he accomplished, but the way he made us feel, inspired, supported, and seen. His spirit will continue to guide the work of this foundation and the mission of this college. Life well lived, Jerry. Thank you.
Good morning, everyone. It's good to see everybody here today. I don't think anybody's as nervous as I am today. I started to start out by saying ladies and gentlemen, esteemed colleagues, and distinguished guests, and I do mean that. But what I see when I look out is a sea of family and friends. And Jerry is the reason for that, a big part of the reason for that. I'm honored to have been asked to say a few words as one of the original hires, along with my very good friend and mentor, Mr. Ivan Jones, for the McMinnville Center in 1986. And I am the longest tenured employee here at the now Jerry W. Cooper Center. Yeah. We gather today to celebrate the enduring legacy of a man whose dedication to education, community, and public service has left an indelible mark on our region. Senator Cooper's commitment to the people of Warren County and the Upper Cumberland region was unwavering. His legacy is not just in the buildings and programs he helped establish, but in the countless lives he touched through his service and dedication. He was a visionary with many ideas and dreams for our communities and his constituents. One of his best and brightest, the reason we are all here today, was to make college education more accessible right here at home. I've said many times over the years, I would have given anything if this had been here the 2 hours I was driving for classes every day, 5 days a week. Through his endeavors and with the cooperation of countless state and local leaders, his vision became a reality. Since that time, Motlow College has been and still is the beginning for so many people, and I firmly believe that our communities are better for it. The naming of this building in honor of Jerry W. Cooper is befitting his dedication, determination, and perseverance. He was and always will be our champion, and I, for one, am eternally grateful.
Everybody comes up here and moves your stuff around. I know you did that, Frank. All right, here we go. Off script. You can tell by Monica's comments the importance of a human being for this community. And I hope that resonates, especially with the kids that are coming up after us. I keep making this joke, and I really mean it. I hope that as I look at the four of you, and I'm looking at the four of you, there we go. Please work really, really hard. You have not shoes to fill, but a legacy to continue. And at the end of that, selfishly, I want you to work a long time so I can get my Social Security. Okay, now back to the script. Would you please give our speakers another round? I think this is the time where we're going to pass the mic around, correct? And if you have a nugget that you'd like to share about Jerry, you're welcome to do so. And if you don't, you just got to keep listening to me make bad jokes. Bad jokes. Well, dad jokes, anyway. Anybody? The big plum, since there's something named after you. And I don't care what Gary says, I will wear your shirt. Yes, ma'am. Can we get a microphone?
My name is Carleen Brown, and I am a friend of this dear family, as well as I get to know Senator Cooper for many, many years because I was the director of Parks and Recreation at the Civic Center, and there where we had our first classes with Monica. And I hope I get to see him today. But all those many years there, we benefited so much from his help in getting many, many grants, from the Greenway to lighting the soccer fields at Pistol Park to just many, many things. And McGinley Pool, and he was just there, always helping build our facilities that you all get to enjoy. I want to tell you what he told me. After I retired, I decided to give back, and I got lucky enough to be elected a commissioner. The last day I spent with him was at the funeral of Lisa and his wife. And he was sitting on the front row, and this is what he said to me: "Sit down, Carly. Tell me how things are going on the county commission." And I told him the hardest thing for me was when we had controversy. I don't like controversy. And he looked at me, and this is what he said: "Oh, Carleen, I love controversy. There's nothing more that I love than the fight." And I will remember that. And I thought to myself, I'm going to carry that on in my heart. And I try to fight now, don't I, Terry Bell? And I carry that on because that is what he told me. When you're in government, you got to fight. Thank you.
I'll take it back. Thank everybody. Thanks, Carl. Thank you for that. You see how they treat me here. They won't even let me hold the microphone. They think I might mess something up. They won't let me cut the grass on the riding lawnmower. The lack of service is supposed to be, let us do it all. Let's do it all. It's evident that Senator Cooper's influence across the Motlow College Foundation, as well as the college, is etched in time. His passion for Motlow State is etched in our hearts and spirit. Trustee and former Regent Frank Markham has shared a glimpse of his influence among this community. To have icing on the cake, so to speak, the Motlow College Foundation has launched the Legacy Plaza, which also honors Senator Cooper. To give you an overview of the Legacy Plaza is Mr. J. Mark Hutchins, Vice President for Foundation and Corporate Services. Mark, would you please come up with this time?
We've heard a lot of words today, and I don't know how many of you have been making a list, but I've made a list. I want you to think about these as I say it. Impact, dedication, service, support, honor, commitment, hard work, care, devotion, and family. Those are all words that our speakers have used to describe Jerry Cooper. To me, that makes this an auspicious day. So the word today is auspicious. And that means conducive to success. To further that success, we're so honored to honor Jerry's legacy by creating what is now known in front of the building as the Legacy Plaza. I know you all have one on your table. I've seen several of you looking at it, and I appreciate that. But we are starting a plaza right here in the front with bricks that look just like these on this table here, for you to honor your family, each other, yourself, or Jerry, anybody that you would like to. We've got lots of space. We've got a lot of concrete. We can dig up concrete if we run out of space. So, but I would encourage you, please, to consider being part of this Legacy Plaza here in front of the Jerry W. Cooper Center, because this is what ensures the success of our students that come after this. They come forevermore as we continue to make McMinnville and Warren County a college town. So thank you for your support for that.
Thanks, Mark. Nice overtime, by the way. I'm glad at least someone at Motlow's getting the memo. The beauty of being a parent is that I get to live through my children. It's pretty cool. I think that the work that I'm excited to do every morning when I get out of bed and I'm driving across our 11 counties, 4,500 square miles, plus the 3 counties in northern Alabama, is about how I see things through Jack's eyes, how I see things through Anna's eyes. I think that at Motlow, we have the joy of experiencing the semblance of this as Jerry has experienced through his children and his grandchildren. Senator Cooper, through his second daughter, the middle child, whatever that means for those of you who knows what the middle child is, Sally Cooper Pack. Yeah, absolutely. I didn't know that you were this committed to this institution, Sally, until I read this. So thank you for your commitment. Sally has been a part of Motlow State Community College for 24 years. Wow. You know, I'm only 26. She does an exceptional job at leading our dual enrollment efforts, creating partnerships and relationships throughout the service area and beyond, which garners 1/3 of the credit enrollment at our institution. So think about that. Roughly 30 to 33% of our total student population, Sally Pack and her team has made that happen. So I always do those things. Although I did not always work in the typical theme of thinking about how we work alongside Jerry for as many years as Dr. Glass or Dr. Apple, Dr. Walker, and others, I did have the pleasure of working with him. And I dare say that the pleasure of working with him and being around him and listening to him was learning from him. Sally, you have your daddy's work ethic. Because I don't sleep. He'd still be up talking to me wide-eyed, like, man, why do you look like that in your eyeballs looking at me? He was getting excited about what we're talking about. Sally is amazing and adds tremendously to this institution. Please receive Sally Cooper Pack, and she gives a response on behalf of the Cooper family.
The middle child thing is real. Club. So for those of you who are little children, I can talk to you about that afterwards. It's a group, yeah. Like Dr. Torrance said, I have had the pleasure of working at Motlow for the past 24 years. And I have been in front of people a lot in those 24 years. And I could talk to you about dual enrollment all day long. But give me a room full of my mentors and my family and my loved ones, and it's a little bit different. So please forgive me if I'm a little bit shaky. I had to blow up my speech this minute because I didn't bring my glasses. Pages too, but I promise it's not that long. My sister wanted me to thank you all for being here today. So I have fulfilled that obligation. So thank you all. It's very overwhelming. It's very humbling. And we truly do feel the love today. Because my office is in the same building, our office is in the same building as Larry Platt, I've known about this for quite some time. So I've tried to get all of the emotions out, tried to get all the tears out. They've been happy tears. But today, it is different. Today is, I'm very happy. We're very happy. We're very humbled by what all you all have done for us. The naming of the conference center in Markham, there has been so many things that you all have done for this family, and those are things that we will never forget. My BFFs, Brenda and Monica, have also led to some of the secrets being unraveled, and I've been able to prepare myself for this today. So, again, thank you all for being here. We didn't expect all of this, so again, it's truly a pleasure. I've been thinking about what to say today. Some of the stories that initially come to mind probably aren't appropriate for the room today. And those of you that knew him well probably share that same sentiment. So we will share those later, or probably, like Dr. Torrance said, just don't ask. But I can tell you that Jerry Cooper was a force. He loved all of us, and he did a lot of great things. He didn't always follow the rules, as we read in newspapers and saw on TV. But he was able to get things done like no other. There was never an issue that we could take to him that he immediately didn't get on the phone and call Senator Christina, who really took care of everything. I did want to mention the helicopter, Dr. Torrance, but you stole my thunder on that. He was dead set on getting Dr. Torrance a helicopter so he wouldn't have to spend so much time on the road.
I still want.
Yeah. We'll have to talk to Renee about that. But first, my position. When I was putting these final thoughts together today, I read about the resolution that the Senate compiled after he did pass away, and I had forgotten about a lot of the things that he did, and honestly, it was really impressive. But the two things that we all know that were his pet projects were Motlow College and the 4-lane to Woodbury, and how he pulled those off. Those are lessons that I hope to carry over in what I'm trying to do here. Our Aunt Pat is here today, and Uncle Stanley. She was the first, obviously, in their family to go to school, to go to college, and she went on to be a very successful educator. And Dad followed right after. And got the mechanical engineering degree from UT. Our family didn't always come from privilege, and so we had to work hard. They had to work hard for everything that they had, and I think just seeing that has instilled a work ethic in us. They had the cutest little rivalry with Vanderbilt. My Pat graduated with a degree from Vanderbilt, and of course him from UT, and it was the cutest little rivalry during football season. I totally miss that. Dad just always said, you have to have a strong back and somebody who believes in you, and we knew that. He knew that if he gave the students, the people of the surrounding counties, a place to come to school, it would make, obviously, their lives better and the community in which they live. And I think that that's what has happened. And the building is being named after him. But what I think that what he would be most proud of is what's going on inside of the hallways and what the students that are here to do are learning. It'll be filled with first-time students, students who, parents didn't have that educational background or who had that encouragement to tell them to come to school. There will be students who are just trying to figure out what they're doing with their lives. But whatever the case is, I hope that they know that somebody does believe in them, just like our dad believed in us and the way that our dad believed in what this is all about. So, not every day is a win at Motlow College, but most of them are. And I hope that I am just able to carry a little bit of that work ethic that he had with me to continue to make this a better place. So I brought, when we were cleaning out their house, I found this in his desk. It says, if you do things for the right reason, nothing can stop you. And so I keep that, and I have kept it, and I put it in the frame because that's what it's all about, right? I mean, you keep fighting, like Miss Carlene said, for what you know is right. And that is definitely what he has taught us to do. So again, we're truly humbled of what you've done, the way you've honored our family. Brad, I learn from you every day. Thank you for all that you've done, Brenda. Thank you, Christy, Carol. I don't want to start naming names because I know I'm going to leave somebody out. And to look around the room and to see all of you it's made our day, and it's something that we'll never forget. So thank you.
Sally, I think you got to come back.
And faith.
And Faye. I'm running out of 20s, Brenda. I can't. And for obvious purposes, Christian, yeah, I want a picture of us doing it together, but I really want the dog. Okay, so at this moment, we're going off script. I'm supposed to hold one side of that, but Jerry wasn't my daddy. Okay, he was my good friend, and I think it's better if whoever doesn't want to get itchy stands on this side. And it's probably the middle kid. Stands on this side. And this is the unveiling of the plaque that will be on the building. What I want you to understand is that this is simply a replica. The plaque itself is being handmade by an artist that does that with bronze. So think through that for a second. Okay, you did. So that's what's happening. So at this time, would you guys reveal what the plaque will look like on the building, please? Yeah, just listen to Christian. Scooch over a centimeter and a millimeter at a time. Need the mic, so. Okay.
Jerry, did Cooper Center, named in honor of Senator Jerry Wayne Cooper, Tennessee State Senator and Motlow College Foundation trustee, for his dedication and commitment as a citizen who improved the lives of other citizens through education and service to Motlow State Community College. Dedicated the 2nd day of May 2025.
Congratulations. Sally, you better not sit down. You might as well just keep standing. At this time, and please take your time, watch your step. Don't rush. We'll wait for you. We're going to take a little walk over to the front of the building here, and we're going to snip a banner that's going to fall down. And then after that, please come over and have a few bites to eat. Thank you so much for coming today. We appreciate you.
Ready? Not following.
Unless, are they going to talk?
Oh, nice.
He's not faking, he's up here watching.
Great.
Family, we need you up in the night.
Yeah.
Lynn, Nathan,
Thank you.
Carter, Pat. Hey, Pat, Uncle Family, Sam.
I just don't want to be in the middle of your shot, and I'm going to be standing here.
Yeah, he used to be in there. Yeah.
All right, son. So, to be in the picture, I need to tell everybody what to do.
What do you think? Pat, you going in? Yeah.
It's too loud. No, it's not. It is. You don't say it too loud.
Get out of the way. You gonna say something? Right. Sally is, yes. And Sally. Check. You got it. I love it.
I'm telling you, put on. Please put it on.
You should do so.
Okay, for George Clinton, Anita. I'm not very pleased that y'all are back there, so please come this way. I'm told to let you all know that we were fixing to cut the banner. so that the name will be revealed.
We don't fit in Anita.
Here they come. Come on.
You need a countdown.
You gotta wait on Flint and Anita.
Here they come, here they come.
We'll do the picture after, Sally.
Okay, thank you. Thank you, Christian.
Larry, I'm cutting the outside strong.
Go straight.
Folks, too. It's okay.
Okay. At the same time.
Go there, Johnny. We need to count down like 3, 2, 1.
Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Okay.
Countdown.
Faith, are you ready? 3, 2, 1.
Yeah, we need a picture.
Brenda, we'll do the whole family first. People here. Let's try to do 2 rows if possible.
Hey, Christian, fulfill your balance. Since I'm the most talented thing, I think I need to be somewhere. Yeah, like right here. Is this good? Like,
Can you guys try to do 2 rows? I like 2 rows.
I always tell people.
Does anybody have a lift or a box since I'm standing by Mike? Let's go.
Make sure you're over someone's shoulders, not over their heads. You can see me clearly. Everybody looking right here. Everybody looking right here. Good, nice smile. Okay, hold. Does anyone else want photos here?
I'm good.
Okay, okay. Before we...
Kick down. You didn't do anything wrong.
Yeah. I need a picture really quick.
Okay, right here, you guys.
Okay.
Everybody right back here. Eyes here. Okay, stay there, hold on. We need any
Anybody want a picture? Like this here?
smaller.